Hello, everyone. I am not Holden Hardman, but today, Holden, for the first time, is watching Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and I am extremely fired up about it. Everyone here has seen it. How the turntables. Holden's never seen it. I'm blown away. It's a. I don't want to build it up too much, but let's kick it over to Jen for some initial thoughts.
It's a great movie. It's a classic. I love it so much. I have no complaints about it right now. So Jim Carrey's great. I'm really excited for you to like it. I'm a little worried about what you're gonna think,
Why?
well, because if you don't like it, oh, so this is what it's like for you, huh?
Yeah, right. So what's interesting here is you can sway the opinion unintentionally. So it's difficult in the beginning to try to lay back off of it. But I mean, he's a pro. Well, he'll be fine.
If you didn't end up liking this film, life would be interesting with you. But, you know, I respect your opinion and I'm very interested to see what you'll think.
This movie came out in 1994. It actually hit $107 million in the box office.
Wow.
This was Jim Carrey's breakout role. This really sort of set the tone for him. He was doing stand-up comedy and stuff like that. That's how he got started out in old Canada. But this movie definitely launched him, and to this day, I actually have some mannerisms of the character that is Ace Ventura.
I do know that.
Yes. You're on either side of the fence. You either love it or you hate it. There's typically not too much in between. Jenna, what do you think about Ace Ventura?
I'm on the other side of the fence. I thought it was okay when I was a kid. I don't really care for it now as an adult.
Just going right into the post-discussion right now, so right on.
You don't want my thoughts on this going in?
Well, you don't know anything about it, right?
Oh, yeah.
While I've never seen this movie before, I am still familiar with it. I've seen tons of parodies on it. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one, but I have definitely seen the scene where he's like stuck in an elephant and he's like getting pooped out or something.
That's the second one.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, then this one I don't know a whole lot other than I know his energy level is like cocaine level, and he's just very much like, you absolutely do have his mannerism, that alrighty then, and all this Jim Carrey. It's too much. It's too high energy for me. I don't know if because like I'm an adult now, I know this is a classic, I know people love it, but I feel like it's gonna ride that line of funny or obnoxious. Maybe it's because a lot of people watched it when they were younger, so that there's that nostalgia piece. But I'm gonna go in, I like Jim Carrey a lot, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy it, and I'm sure that I will. You know how you kind of have the characteristics of Jim Carrey, which you absolutely do, I've always thought that. I thought that I picked up characteristics of John Ritter in Three's Company, because I watched that so much as a kid. Not that anyone asked.
For Jim Carrey, again, this is his breakout role, and it was because of, a lot of high energy, a lot of high animation. But that's it. Let's get into it. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
What if I hate this movie?
That's not gonna go well.
Courtney Cox?
Yep.
I definitely see you in this.
Yep.
Alrighty then. I have a package for
Is that
you.
where this comes from, already then?
Yep.
I'll bet it was something nice though.
Jim Carrey works on the screenplay, figured.
It's ridiculous how much of this I can quote.
Does he procure pets from like broken relationships and stuff?
He's a private investigator.
We'll just wait a few seconds.
Oh my god.
Right in there.
You missed Mommy, didn't you? How can I ever repay you?
Well, the reward would be good.
Wow. This is not meant for kids. Well, real friendly around here. Did I kill that dolphin?
I don't know, you have to find out.
You'll just have to wait and find out.
Wow, okay.
How do you like that? How is it being on this side of it?
Not bad. I don't know what y'all are complaining about. It's like if Matt never married Jenna.
Yes, Satan. Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
He was the uncle or granddad in Breaking Bad. To the two killers, yeah.
Bye-bye then.
How in the hell do you lose a 500-pound fish?
Monica.
I've got a linebacker that has not washed his jockey strap in 2 years because he thinks flies are lucky. It's those goddamn animal rights activists.
Joe Exotic. Probably Carol Baskin.
Martha, have...
This the albino pigeon?
Like a glove?
Oh, I say that.
That hair, ugh.
Is that why you do your hair like that?
Hey.
Our mascot was stolen from his tank last night. He's a rare bottlenose dolphin. This is one of the new tricks he was going to do for the halftime show. Would you like an ashtray?
I don't smoke. Disgusting habit. Four-wheel drive van loaded from the rear.
I look like I'm walking funny. It's because I got 24 reporters up my ass. They've been asking me like...
Martha Metz. Oh, yeah, the bitch. What? Pekingese, hyperactive, lost in Highland Park area. Stardate 23.9. Round.
Hey, that's Star Trek.
This is the first time I ever heard anything Star Trek, and I didn't know about it for years.
I just can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power.
How you gonna stop that one?
In this case, the killer saw the size of the bug's dick and became insanely jealous. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
God, this is not
This is me working on a video on Mac coming in here.
Oh, I came to confess. I was the second gunman on the grassy knoll.
Cannibal Corpse, it's a real band. No, legit, Cannibal Corpse, this is a real band.
Oh yeah, I'm
and
familiar.
Jim Carrey actually really likes them too.
Oh really?
Really?
I'm familiar. Don't they have songs about like?
Yeah, like Heaven,
sex with-
definitely not Sunday
Excuse
School.
me,
for a
it's
bit.
great.
They have songs like about necrophilia and stuff, like having sex with corpses. Easy listening.
It's a hell of a lot of equipment for a civilian.
Especially looks suspicious in the picture.
Yeah, right.
Where if you do anything to embarrass me in front of camp,
And he's got a very Three Stooge.
Very slapstick, yes.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of like Curly.
He's wearing a blazer with like a Hawaiian shirt underneath it.
he's a lawyer.
Should I call him lawyer?
You smell terrific.
Walked off with a plate of hors d'oeuvres. It's
Like didn't even need to do it.
No, it's completely unnecessary.
Snowflake.
Oh God.
Sure, he's fine.
Ew.
Do not go in there.
Stop it! I don't even want to know why your pants are missing. I don't care what happened.
I find the ring with the missing stone. I find Snowflake.
I always love this montage.
Was that chloroform?
I've done that to my dogs a billion times.
Melissa.
I've actually done that whole thing and actually yelled Melissa and stood up.
Except, of course, for that spot of blood on the railing over there. May I tell you what I think happened? Alrighty then. There was a struggle, and he was thrown over that balcony. He was murdered. Oh, there is just one more thing, Lieutenant. There's no way that neighbor could have heard Pedactor scream on the way down with that door shut. I have exorcised the demons. Check that out. Who the hell is that?
Ray Finkel wasn't added to the roster till mid-season.
Oh my God, this video's gonna get claimed in every way.
Okay, I'm ready again. I'm looking for Ray Finkel. And a clean pair of shorts.
Oh, yes, I expect him home any minute.
She expects him home any minute. See, the engine's running, but there's nobody behind the wheel.
Dan Marino should die of gonorrhea and rot in hell.
Oh my God.
Lays out, die Dan.
I left it just the way he had it.
Die Dan, die.
I'm in Psychoville and Finkel's the mayor. Where's Dan Marino?
Is this a real person?
Oh yeah.
Like a real sports guy?
Yeah.
What is this, a rewrite? Shut up!
Oh my God. That's a felony.
When I get out of that bathroom, you better be gone.
Ever heard of a former Dolphin kicker named Ray Finkel?
He didn't close the door.
Man, I'm tired of being right.
Maybe I was wrong about you.
Your gun is digging into my hip. Finkel escaped from Shady Acres in Tampa. They still have some of it.
I forgot about this part.
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance.
That always made me laugh super hard.
He'll be fine there by himself for the next 20 minutes.
I love it. He's obviously in a psychosis and he just walks off like, all right, I'll take your
know.
word for it.
Hi, Dan.
Rescue workers were unable to find the body of Lois Einhorn. Holy balls. The hell does Lois Einhorn have to do with Ray Finkel?
Einhorn is a man! Oh my God!
Yeah, so that was with the whole
Your
thing
gun
in
is
his pocket.
your gun is sticking in my hip.
Yeah.
Gun is digging into my head.
Laces out.
So Dan Marino, the real football player that's tied up, one of the few quarterbacks to be so successful and never win a Super Bowl.
Oh. That's that sound effect I hear in everything when for a dolphin.
Hi, Dan.
Penalty. Too many men on the field.
He's the one you want. Kill him!
No, kill him!
No, kill him!
The laces were in! They were in! Get him, Louis! Get him!
Yeah, you guys stand there. I'll be fine.
Don't shoot!
Well, what are they doing?
Yeah, right.
She's not Lois Einhorn! Let's just see who's lying, shall we? Woman, have to wear one of these? That kind of surgery can be done over the weekend. But big old Mr. Kanish! Would you excuse me for just 1 second? Worst case of hemorrhoids I have ever seen!
Jeez. Oh, she kissed all of them?
Yeah.
Quick decision.
Why is she still pointing the
Yeah, I
gun
don't know
at
what's going on with that.
Loser!
All right, we just got done watching Ace Ventura. So many warm feelings for me. I love, love, love this movie. Let's kick it over to Jen. Jen, what did you think about it?
I absolutely love Ace Ventura. It's definitely a 90s film, obviously. Some of the humor falls, some of it doesn't, but at the end of the day, Jim Carrey, he's funny all on his own, but him taking the role of a pet detective is, I mean, that being comical enough. I think he just fits perfectly. There's really nothing that I have to complain about the film. I remember like watching it as a kid, and a lot of it I didn't understand until I got older. I really, really love it, enjoy it every single time I see it, and I still think that I learn something new every time. Dan Marino is a real football player. I didn't know that. I thought it's a great film.
He holds a record, I think, still of the most pass completions like ever, which is a big deal. It's like he throws the ball, they catch it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like the very basics.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he did that the most of any other quarterback.
Throw through a lot of balls.
Yeah. See, do you see how this feels to be on this side? I'll extend an olive branch that, you know, some of this can be insensitive, without a doubt. I don't know, I this was a part of my childhood, so it makes it so much better, right? Jenna, I know how you feel about it. I was surprised to even hear you say you had a favorite scene. How'd you feel about Pet Detective, again, watching it?
Sitting down and watching it, like, start to finish, it's not as annoying as I remember. I think just, like, seeing it playing in the background when we're here at the house or something, just walking through some of those scenes, I just kind of roll my eyes at. And I think Matt replays those scenes over and over and over and over and over again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So it's not as like cringy or annoying as I remembered it. I do have a couple of favorite scenes, like him with the tutu flipping over the bush. Like, I forgot about all that. And then him with the door singing, open and closing it. I don't know why, that's always been such a funny scene to me. So yeah, overall, better than I remembered it.
It's extremely slapstick. Like the scene where he's, you know, getting ripped around by, you know, the shark. Like the fact that there is no trauma from that. Like his, you know, his clothes and whatnot are ripped up. But like, there's some of this that you have to sort of let go, and you can't hold on to like, what about that?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very
I know. But I'll extend you that olive branch that I absolutely have the bias of nostalgia. Without a doubt. I think that if I were to watch this today for the first time, I feel like there's no way I would have the same connection to it. Long story short, what you grow up with, you tend to love, even if some of the pieces of it are insensitive and whatnot. It's just such a fun movie because it reminds me of those warm feelings of when I was younger. So, Holden, after a long wait from Jen, because I did not realize that Holden hadn't seen it. I thought Jen hadn't seen it.
No, I've seen it a bunch of times, and I've wanted him to see it so badly, but every single time I would ask him to watch it, no, we have to do it for content.
Welcome to my life. I don't watch anything unless it's on My Friend Watches or My Girlfriend Watches. One more thing I was gonna say. Holden, what do you think about Ace Ventura: Pet Detective?
I thought it was pretty funny overall. I thought it was good. It kind of had, I couldn't tell like the audience that it was meant for because it had these very kiddish moments, like you said, like of the shark and whatnot, but they also had like explicit sexual themes in it. You know, what is this rated anyway? PG-13. Wow, okay.
It was the 90s.
Oh, right. But like a lot of that, which is fine. So it kind of falls into the category of like Austin Powers, in my opinion. They seem to be like in the same type of comedic genre. This is a movie I do not think could get made today at all. No way. No way.
Nope.
He made, which is fine. You know, I think that there is a place for this type of comedy, you know, but he made fun of being gay. He made fun of mental health. He made fun of transgender people, but it is what it is. It's a classic comedy from the 90s. Like you said, I think that you can acknowledge the insensitivity, I guess, at the time, because this, if we're going to start judging stuff, this is not the worst offender that is in mainstream culture at this time in the 90s. Aside from that, just the slapstickiness of it, the absurdity of his character was really, really fun and really, really entertaining. So overall, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's like one of my favorite movies, but I can definitely see why this would be yours. There was a lot of similarities between you and Ace Ventura, so there's that. So overall, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I don't know if it's watching it with y'all or whatever. I enjoy watching movies with my friends and stuff, so that's probably a factor. I enjoyed it.
I will say two things. One, when I was a kid, I didn't understand the reference of the hemorrhoids. I thought just boys had hemorrhoids and girls didn't.
Same.
Yeah, and then I didn't get the reference of the gun in his hip until I was an adult, and I was like, I can't believe that was in a kid's movie.
Did you see the twist coming of Ray Finkel and the whole Lois Einhorn?
Not initially until you pointed out the comment about the gun to Jen.
Oh, great. So I ruined it.
You kind of pulled this whole, the gun in my hip, and you're like,
yeah, but did that give it away?
Yeah, but I honestly thought it was cryptic enough just because it was a funny scene.
It did. Because the comment alone, the gun in my hip thing, was out there. It was enough for me to take note of it before he even repeats it or whatever. I didn't know that was Ray Finkel, but I knew that there was something else that was probably going to be a man or some reveal. I think I thought at the time that it was just going to be like the captain's going to be a man the whole time and he kissed me type of thing. Like just, I didn't know that it was Ray, that it was more important to the actual story. But yes. And then of course the comment got my attention, but then
well, good.
Thing.
No, I'm okay with it as long as I didn't give it away blatantly, so that's good.
I figured it would be I'm trying to, pronouns. I figured he would be a man, but I didn't know it would be the main thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if this should make the cut, but I saw a TikTok that was like a time traveler from 15 to 21, and the person goes from 2015 to 20 to now, and he like gets there and he's like, "Hi, I'm John, he, him." He goes, "Oh, hi, John, he, ho."
Oh my God. So speaking to nostalgia, I feel like I've used that word a billion times. Because that's like a weighted thing, like I feel like it's really difficult to say my number is the same equivalent to Holden's number. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Take it what I say with a grain of salt when we come to the ratings, but Jenna, what would you rate Ace Ventura: Pet Detective on a scale to 1 to 10?
7.
7.
I would say I wouldn't watch it again.
You don't have the choice.
But I live with Matt, so it's gonna play regardless.
I am shocked that it's a 7. Like, that's way higher than I thought it would be.
I caught myself, I laughed out loud 3 times, which is 3 times higher than normal.
Yes.
I love it. I love it that it's higher than, I honestly thought it was gonna be like a 5.
I know. I thought you were gonna give it like a 3 or something. Like wow, 7.
I've surprised myself because I remember not liking it as an adult.
The reason that I enjoy this movie as well is what a unique movie. I know it was in the 90s and whatnot, but even now, like, I don't know of anything of a pet detective. Like, I know it's cliche to say this movie was unique because all movies are different, but have you ever run into any storyline anywhere near this, Holden?
No.
Jen, what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, Pet Detective?
The fact that it's about a pet detective, it's a very unique movie. And the fact that he pulled it off as well as he did, I mean, it could have been atrocious. I mean, reading that storyline. So I really, really love it. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with a 9.
A 9?
A 9. I love this movie.
Without a doubt. I think this movie, and at that time, their ability to pull Dan Marino in, and then some of these other actors, and having legitimately the Dolphin and the Miami team, like, it's a pretty big deal. So they really capitalized on what was going on at that time. They did the Mission Impossible parodies and whatnot, so there was a lot of humor brought into this, but obviously Jim Carrey carries the whole thing. I think it was a fantastic flick. Without a doubt, I give this a 10. Wow. If I could give it something higher, I would. It's weighted. You gotta give that a grain of salt because this is my childhood, literally. Okay, what we've been waiting on. Holden, scale to 1 to 10, what would you give this?
Okay, so this is a movie that you really like.
Yeah.
How important is it to you that I really didn't like this movie?
It makes up the fiber of my being.
Okay. So here's the thing.
I'm kidding.
I know you are. Here's the thing. I did enjoy it, but I think this movie is focusing on Jim Carrey. I don't particularly find like the storyline like compelling or anything like that. I appreciate the slapstick. There were some really funny moments, as is with Jim Carrey's just comedic style and timing. I love his impressions and all that. Overall, though, the movie is okay. This is something that I feel like I would feel comfortable just like falling asleep to at night, just having TV on the background. But outside of that, I thought it was just okay. I'd probably rate this a solid 6.
No, Jen, I think that's actually pretty good for him, seriously.
I don't know. We just came off of watching Batman, and he did what, a 9?
Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises, I gave a 8.5.
Yeah,
it just hits it extra.
But you gotta consider your audience.
Yeah,
there. I mean, it's just.
I mean, I guess The Dark Knight, one of the greatest cinematic comic book movies that's ever been made by one of the most influential directors of the 21st century.
Holden,
and Ace Ventura had a transgender joke.
He wore a tutu and jumped over a bush. What's not more?
I know, and that's actually a really good point. Trying to rate a comedy, which is the most subjective genre, easily, well, maybe horror, to something like another movie, is very difficult.
Do you think that if you had watched it, say, 10 years ago, that you would have felt differently?
If I had watched this as a kid, oh yeah. I kind of grew up with more of the Austin Powers stuff, and while I don't think that they're the most hilarious things ever, because I watched a penis joke, as a kid, that will stay with you into your adulthood. So even though the jokes are juvenile, they're funnier because you always thought they were funny as a kid. But because I'm seeing this now as a grown-up, and it's like penguins sliding out of the freezer, it's funny, it's quirky or whatever, but that's kind of where it ends with me.
I respect that.
Okay, thanks. All right, appreciate it.
Where do they come up with this stuff?
So, again, this was 1994 when this came out. It was his breakout role, and for a good 4 years, everything Jim Carrey touched was massive. I mean, Liar Liar, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber.
Cable Guy.
Yeah. The Cable Guy was in that era, and he just did so much. So now that we have all that wrapped up, I guess the big question is, Holden, are you ready to go a level deeper and watch Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls?
Yeah, I'll absolutely watch the sequel. Like I said, I saw the scene where he's in the elephant on YouTube and thought it was absolutely hilarious. So I'd totally watch the sequel. I've seen a lot of Jim Carrey stuff. I don't think that this is my favorite performance or anything at all. So I could respect that this is his breakout, but the projects he does later, like The Grinch and stuff, maybe that's part of my nostalgia. Liar Liar is another good example.
Yep.
Fun with Dick and Jane, we watch all the time. It's hilarious.
Great movie.
I think his work is better. His later work is better.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jenna hates Fun with Dick and Jane.
Oh, you do? We love it.
I love it.
So many times.
I love that
It's
movie.
ridiculous.
So good.
Yeah, just a lot of that, like those Jim Carrey mannerisms, like where the security guy is like leaning down, he's like, and like cuts the security badge or whatever. Like all those like little slight, and that part where the guy's playing the violin,
he rips his arm out.
That's the type of humor that like I love. I don't care so much about like the facial though. Well, here we go. Like that doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
But it's those slight little like things. And he does that a lot in like the Grinch and stuff, where he's like. Anyway.
I'm not gonna say I'm impressed, but that's pretty much in line with what I thought you would think of this movie. I thought it was gonna be about where you said it, either that or you were just gonna be like, okay, that's like lowbrow for you. So I'm glad to hear that it's
Well, I like lowbrow stuff. I love the Three Stooges. They're pretty lowbrow.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
I love Hot Rod. That's pretty lowbrow too.
I've never seen it.
It's good. You probably won't think it's that funny.
Got it. All right, that's it. Leave a comment down below of your favorite scene and what you think about Holden's ratings and all of our ratings. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out his Patreon, which is in the description below if you want to get early access to videos just like these. I almost said you don't have to be perfect at this Ace Ventura thing. I almost went into that. So.
You can do whatever.
Yeah. No, I want to do your thing.
No, that's fine.
What else does he say after that?
Jen should know.
Yeah. I don't, because you always know it.
Yeah, no. Like, comment, subscribe. We've been doing this for 2 years. How can I not? What's the last thing? It's like... oh, yeah. Be sure to check out Mass Channel. Link is in the description below. And, God dang it, what's the last thing he says? The last words are take care, but what is it right before that?
I'm used to you saying, me and Jen appreciate you watching, and...
Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Why the...
As always, I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you in the next video.
Oh, God.
Should have been a competition, honestly.
As always, we appreciate...
Be you.
Okay. All right.
Action.
We appreciate you guys watching. It means a whole hell of a lot. You don't have to be perfect at this Ace Ventura thing. Just be better than yesterday. Every day. Also, take care.